Ladies, gentlemen, and the non-binary, it is time for the whole damn thing. Welcome, my friends, to the show that never ends. I'm so glad that you could attend. I'm Matt Zappa, Joe Wall, Sickert, I'm Broken Toys, Pro, the Collective, and Matt the Band. Oh my God, thank you so much for the follow. Bleed. We're going to do some sugar. Bertha. Whew. Look at this handsome lad. Oh, my goodness. Oh my God. Coming into a stream, just hitting on the streamer like this, all crazy. Probably some weird Australian fellow. Hey, it's Jazzcat. How you doing, bud? Oh my goodness, people. I hopefully you're having a good ass night. This is our game night. Sorry it took so long to start the stream. We had some internet trouble. And for anyone that tried to, like, you know, change up the cameras on this whole stream, like going to that camera or that camera, notice I can't do that because we got some internet hiccuping going on. But it is what it is. The stream's still going to happen. Seems to happen every game night, but we find a way to persevere. We find a way to make it through. What do? We make it through. We make it through. We make it through. And I want to say this. I hope you feel loved. I hope you feel welcome. I always hope you feel respected when you're here in this space. Oh, we are about to tackle the white whale. My white whale of gaming. A game that I've tried to beat literally since I was a kid, but I've never come close. I've wanted to do this game on stream for a long time. Chat, I put it up to Discord to be able to vote on it. And just like the American election, less than half the people in our Discord voted on it. And we will make decisions based on a very small few. But yo, we playing some Ecco the Dolphin. Holy shit, we're going to beat this game too. It is going to be part 1 of Ecco the Dolphin. Oh, and if there's any game more likely to make me crash out on stream, it's probably going to be this one. Oh, but chat, I hope you feel loved here. I hope you feel welcome. I hope you feel respected. I said that already, but I'll say it again. I'll probably say it ad nauseum because I want it to be, well, you have a place to be you as loudly as possible. And I would say this also. I want you to give a shout out to King Pookie Armad here, known as Spitefully Sweet. He's a wacky, lovely fellow. He'll cause some shit on the stream, but he's good people. Enchanted Lock, our other mod, will pop in here every now and then. And I also want to give a shout out to Jazzcat. He's a great Australian guitar streamer. Very good vibes, excellent player. And I think all these people here you should follow. Well, Enchanted will be like, don't follow me, I don't even stream. That's cool. Give him a follow anyway. And for everyone that's just hanging, lurking, do your thing. Exclamation point puzzle if you want to be able to lurk on the stream and be part of our community puzzle that we have here. We're working on the MF Doom one. We're still finishing that up. And don't you start with the conspiracy theories now, Nightwind. How you doing tonight? Oh, holy nostalgic. Yes. Oh, like I said, so I do this one thing on tour. I'm a musician. Well, chat, can you believe that I'm a musician? No, I'm not a musician. I'm a drummer. So anytime I'm on tour, well, at least for the past couple of years, I have a bunch of emulators on tour. Like I'll have like my Raspberry Pi or like just like random little stuff. And I've tried to beat this game and I've gotten to like maybe level 5. Chat, that's like 23 levels of this game. But we're going to do it. Starting tonight, the white whale shall be captured, and that white whale is a dolphin that somehow goes into the future and somehow goes back in time. That is not exaggeration. That is not hyperbolic. This game, it starts out as a dolphin. But what I heard, you go back in time, you go forwards in time, you go into alternate landscapes of dimensions, and also you hang out with a killer whale. I say it's a Disney movie. Disney movie waiting to happen. That's also one of my favorite conspiracies about, like, people say, like, yeah, the moon landing. It looks too good. Like Stanley Kubrick made it. But also from that era, Jaws 3. The ending of Jaws 3 is maybe the worst piece of cinematic CGI, period. Oh, period. But Kiri, we start off the whole damn thing. We're going to do probably 2 songs from the whole damn thing. So if you want to request a video game song, please do. Exclamation point how, and we'll get there. And also, chat, I'm sorry, I didn't even ask you. Hopefully you had a good weekend too. Did anyone get into anything good? Right, Crossy? It's too hard. It's too hard. Why wasn't Ecco Junior an option? I didn't even see that Ecco Junior option. Yo. Imagine if I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to do every last Ecco the Dolphin. We're going to speed run every Ecco the Dolphin game. We're going to do that wacky one from Dreamcast. Are there any Dreamcast streamers? There's definitely a Dreamcast streamer that exclusively does only Dreamcast stuff. Your weeb nonsense got blocked. I'm sorry, Jazzcat. No, you only play Mr. Bones King Pookie. That's your only Dreamcast game. And also the composer of that game, it also composed a bunch of stuff for Ecco the Dolphin. I learned this when I was on Wikipedia at like 3 o'clock in the morning last night because I can't sleep sometimes, and I'll just go down a Wikipedia rabbit hole. And I was probably looking up something for the movie Heat, and I ended up on Ecco the Dolphin Dreamcast. That's a game I should play on stream. 6 degrees of Wikipedia. But let's get to it, people. If you want to throw in requests, like I said, we're going to do a couple, and then we're going to jump right into Ecco. So please, hope you feel loved, welcome, and respected. Let's get it. I take that back. Kiri, your song is not allowed in this country. Can you please request another or drop it into Spotify? Yeah, it says it's not available for me. This video is not available in the United States. Unavailable on YouTube. That's a great way to start off the request tonight. Slayer. Slayer's okay. In fact, there is a Slayer redeem on this, but I'm not trying to do it to get people to do their thing. If you do a sub bomb of like 5, we have a Slayer redeem. Not saying that you should do it. If you don't have the funds, don't do it. I'm just saying. And yeah, let me drop that in. Silver Bullet. Thank you. Thank you for that sub bomb. Rating subs from a lacerated sky. I hope that was worth it, and I appreciate you. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. But Vlad, thank you. I appreciate you for that sub bomb, and thank you for starting off the hype train. Oh my goodness. And by the way, Vlad, drop a couple songs in the queue, a couple video game songs, and we'll go from there. Appreciate you, and thank you for that. Thank you for that sub bomb. Like I said, you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that you did. All right, yeah. Let's get this silver bullet in there. This is for Kiri. What? Yeah, y'all going hard out there. Y'all going hard out there. Thank you so much for all that support. And Dwight Lee, we see you. Thank you for, what was that? 35 months? Get the fuck out of here. Thank you so much for that one, bud. And yo, enjoy that lurk. Enjoy that lurk. Enjoy probably winning number 1 in the East. Good luck to your Toronto Maple Leafs. And hold that. Who's that? Stick flip. Ugh. Whew. Yo, thank you everyone who contributed to that hype train. Thank you for everyone that contributed to all of that hype train. We appreciate you. Once again, you didn't have to do that, but I'm glad you did. Oh. Look at all these stick flips. I'm not even playing a song right now. This is like the people that stage dive while like the singer's doing their banter. Like, yo, I just want to appreciate that everyone that came out. I just want you to tip all these people that are helping out, and like you stage dive during that. And I just want to talk about this next song. This next song is about how we have to have respect for each other, respect over the space. Crowd surf. But that's only when everyone knows what the next song is. All right. Yo, Bled, for that sub bomb, I'll give you a couple GoldenEye songs. And once again, GoldenEye has no business being as good as it is. That music, yo, we didn't appreciate that shit back in the day. We did not. As a grown man and musician now, looking back, I'm like, oh, this album, this whole soundtrack is just nothing but bangers. All right, let's get it. Bled, I hope you enjoyed those lovely GoldenEye songs. You appreciated it back in the day. I did not. But looking back at it now, I'm like, oh my God, the whole OST is flawless. Like there's no fat on that whole thing. And chat, okay, I got a question for y'all. So a bunch of you I know saw Nintendo Direct. A bunch of us saw Nintendo Direct. Is the 007 game. I feel like everyone talked about like, oh my God, Mario Kart open world. Oh my God, Bloodborne 2. Oh my God. But I'm just like, what's happening with 007? Is that a remake of GoldenEye for Switch 2? Because if it is, if it is, I think I might have to. I mean, open world Donkey Kong is like, that's pretty high up there. Pretty high up there. And open world Mario Kart. And also Deltarune. Yep, Deltarune 2. I saw that and I'm just like, that got confirmed? Like, they're not putting that on, like, featuring it in the Direct like that, unless that shit is confirmed. Because notice how Silk Song only got like a couple seconds, so they're like, maybe ready. Maybe there. We'll see. How you doing, Dees? You'd like adding drums to Hosier and Baby McCreary. Ooh. Hosier and Baby McCreary? Jack, I got a hot take about Bear McCreary. I got a hot take. It's not a bad one. Here's my hot take. So for Star Wars came back, like Force Awakens, Last Jedi, all that stuff. They had all new directors for it, but they still kept John Williams. I love John Williams. I love him. He's the reason why when I went to Berkeley, I was not a performance major. I did not play drums. Really there, I was a film composer. Not a lot of people know that. I went there for film scoring. John Williams was the reason why I went there. I decided on that major. They should have gave it to Bear McCreary. They should have gave the new Star Wars to Bear McCreary. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad. Unsub. Hold on a second. Ain't here. Yeah, okay. That's one thing. I'll see it when I see it. Silk Song, I'll see it. John was so prolific. His own genre. He cries no defense. Dude, the E.T. soundtrack, goated. Jaws, goated. Jurassic Park, goated. Indiana Jones, like, he's the sound of like our box office massive movies. I think they should have gave it to someone new. Someone who could potentially be that guy. I think Bear McCreary has put in his time, and he's that echelon of dude that could do it. Trevor Rabin? Yeah. Oh, damn. Now you all dropping the request. I'm like, all right, we're going to jump into some Ecco. We got to finish these songs in the queue. Why F? Oh my God, really? Oh my goodness. What just happened? What is happening? What's happening? Chad, tell me about the Bruins. Tell me how good the Bruins are. Oh, really? I will say that the Bruins are the best team in the history of existence. If anyone has anything bad to say about that, they could suck a lemon. Mm-hmm. Or I'm just still here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Sweet Jones. YouTube works. Interest. Oh my God. Oh my God. YouTube's working, but Twitch isn't. This is chaotic doo-doo. Oh my God. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Yep, YouTube is clean. But you know he's clean. So how you doing, YouTube? Hey, Dwight Lee, how you doing? Tuesday night. Well, we'll be working it out. We'll be figuring it out. I might have to restart something over here. I'm going to restart. Oh, Dwight Lee, I'm in the world of chaos. But we fucking make it through. I hope you're doing all right. And thank you for that 35, by the way. That's crazy. You put up with me ripping on the Leafs for 35 months. How, is that 2 years? No, it's been longer. But then you're like, hey, make sure this guy keeps going. And 35 is the last month. All right, I'm gonna try to restart this piece. We said. Started only after 5 months. Yeah, I was nice. I was nice to start off. And then I got comfortable. We do what we can. I mean, we officially eliminate. You could say which. All right, here's the thing, Dwight. Or any Toronto Maple Leaf fan out there. You could always say that, hey, Matt, the Bruins got eliminated out of contention for the playoffs before the Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo Sabres haven't been in the playoffs for 15, 16 years? To shreds. To shreds, you say. I'll give him the false sense of security and pull the rug out? Yeah. That's what I do. All right, I'm going to reset this thing. Give me 1 second. We'll be back.